Hello. In this video, I'll explain what is group in TestNG and how you can use the grouping of the test methods. So if we ask the question, why do we need to group the test methods, right? And the answer is sometimes we need to group the test cases. We need to categorize the test cases, right? For example, let's say that if you let's assume that there is a test suite, right? And this test suite has 100 test cases. Now we want to only run the 20 of the 100 test cases. How we can do that? So we can do that by using the help of group parameters and TestNG. So basically, grouping of the tests or group parameter is used to group or categorize or put the test method into a specific category so that we can run it. For example, as I said, if there are 100 test cases in a suite, you can select 20 of them to run, and then the rest of 80 will not be executed. And we can accomplish this task by using the group and TestNG. Let me actually show you what I mean in a demo. So let's create a class and call this grouping test cases. So let's say this is our class. And now what we can do, we need to, let's create some tests, right? So let's create some tests. Actually, I already prepared some test cases. And what I need to do is I need to paste it, right? So we didn't, just to save some time. All right, so these are the test cases, as you can see. And now, how many test cases we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So let's say that I want to execute only 3 of these test cases, right? I don't want to execute like all of them. Then in that case, what I can use that, as you can see, I can use that. Let's actually type it again. I can use the group, and then I can use a name. So I can name this as smoke. Smoke testing is basically used to test the major functionality of an application, right? So let's say that we want to create a smoke suite and only run 3 of the 6 test cases. Then again, for the second test case, I use the same name as a smoke. And as you can see, group smoke. And for the third one, I'm also using the smoke. So right now, how can I run this so that only these 3 test cases, let's say, execute, and then these 3 don't? In that case, what you need to do, you need to create your TestNG XML file, right? So how we can do that? This is very easy. For example, you right-click on your class, and then go all the way and click here, create TestNG XML files. Okay, after you say create, then you make sure that you refresh your project, and then there will be a TestNG XML file. Okay, like this one. But if your IntelliJ is brand new, make sure that you download make sure that you have the plugin. So how can you install plugin? Go to your setting or preferences and click on the plugin and type here XML, right? Type your XML, and this is as you can see, I already have on my machine and say installed, and install this. Okay, and then restart your IDE. So anyway, after you create your TestNG, open up your TestNG. So this is our TestNG, right? This is this is our XML file. So right now, how can you have the only? So let's say that we want to only run those. We want to run only the 3 test cases and the one that we mark it as a smoke, right? So how we can do that? So first of all, you need to have your class. So, okay. So how we can have our class? Because if you don't have your class, then this is not gonna work. So how can you have your class? You can select what? You can select class, and then inside the class, then type in your name. Okay, test. So okay. Then after that, then after you pick the class again, you type in class, and then inside the class. So as you can see, my package is TestNG. So I select the package TestNG, and then I hit dot. Then inside the TestNG, I have my classes. Now I have the option to select which class I want to. Let's say the one that I'm looking for is this one, right? Grouping test cases. So I select this class, and then what you need to do, you need to add the grouping, okay? Then after grouping, you need to add the run tag, and after the run tag, then you need to have the include, okay? Include, and now it has a name. So as you see that, what name did I have here? Smoke, right? I need to use exactly the same name in XML file, okay? So now I can paste it, and then I can close it, all right? Close the bracket. So this is how you can execute only the test cases that you desire to execute. All right, so now right click or here or on your XML files. Right click here and say, and then run the XML files, okay? So there you go. So as you can see, only the smoke test has been executed. And for this three, the first three, I select the name as smoke, right? So for the rest of three, I select the name regression. So if I want to execute the last three test cases, then what I can do, I can copy that. Okay, I can go back, and then what I can do, I can just paste the name, right? Then right now, if I run again, let's say this time should only be executed the regression suite. And now you might ask a question, what about if you had everything, like all the, then again, you can use include, and then you can say smoke. Right now, this will execute a regression as well as the smoke. Let's run it. There you go. You see that all the 6 test cases has been executed. And also, let me show you another thing, that you can also use the exclude. Exclude meaning that to not include, right? To not include. So let's say I can say that exclude. Then of course I need the name. Name is required. I can say that, okay, don't execute the smoke, right? Don't execute the smoke. Then in that case, this is not gonna execute the smoke test cases. So let's run this again. All right, so what's going on here? We need that forward slash, right? All right, so there you go. And we need one more bracket here. Okay. All right, so let's run this again. Right click and run. Now regression executed on the smoke because we specify the exclude, and it doesn't execute that, right? So grouping the test cases in TestNG is very easy. At the same time, it's very useful, and you might need to do that in the real world, to group to put your certain test cases in a certain groups, and to select a range of test cases from a test suite and execute only those test cases. That's it about this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.